You said coming into this one, it was really a game you had to have, not mathematically, but wanted to get momentum going the right way and kind of keep things rolling with an eye towards the postseason.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be important, and I wanted to just get the emphasis of why it was important for our team. I mean, we lost this game last year, and it really kept us out of the playoffs. I mean, and if we'd have won one more game, we would have been in the playoffs, and we dropped this game to Western Oregon at home. And I thought right now, setting that tempo and really just that mindset that every game is going to be like this, and it's going to be crucial. And so I knew that this was going to be a very important game for us tonight.
As the game progressed early on, it became kind of evident that whichever team would get out of its funk a little bit, execute better and have fewer mistakes was probably bound to win the game. And in your case especially, with only 9 turnovers at the end of the game, that has to be a telling stat for you.
Yeah, you know, Western Oregon tries to lull you into playing their pace, their speed, and that's and they did that tonight. We just couldn't, with the depth of our bench, with 8 players, we knew we couldn't press them the entire time and really try to speed up the tempo. So we were going to have to pick and choose when we did it, and take care of the basketball. Because if you give them multiple possessions, then they are gonna, grind it out and beat you their way. And so I thought that was a huge stat. I mean, I thought Keesha and Erin did a great job of handling the basketball, getting it to the right people, and then giving us the opportunity to be successful, in the half court in our offense. And I mean, it was just a huge part of the game.
You've talked during the year about the continued growth and maturation of this team. Can you take a minute and address what each of the players on either side of you, with their experience and their tenure in the program, brings to this team to help it to gel?
Well, at the beginning of the year, I knew basically these two are the heart and soul. They're the glue people. They're the ones that when you really need to get something done, they're going to be the ones to do it. They've kind of, the past 3 years, they really let other people, score and have more of like the glory that way, like Danielle and Bailey, and let them kind of do their thing, and then they were kind of behind the scenes. And I know going forward, and I knew this year, like they were gonna have to step up to the forefront and be the leaders and be the key stat stuffers in every stat sheet. And that's basically what happened tonight. And they're just doing such a great job getting in the gym, getting in the weight room, getting other people in the gym and in the weight room, and really just leading us on and off the court.
Erin, a double-double for you tonight. The 10 boards, you sometimes have to out-wrestle Keesha for some of those, I'm sure. But it really seems as though you've kind of put a little extra emphasis into hitting the boards lately, and your per-game totals have shown that.
Yeah, I think that's talking about roles on the team. I just kind of fell into that role pretty well. And, I mean, even tonight, Nelke is a very good rebounder, and I was given a job, and I was just trying to get as many boards and keep her off them as best I could.
Keesha, great all-around game for you tonight, points, rebounds, assists. I've talked about you often as not necessarily a reluctant leader, but I think you're not as selfish with the ball as other players in your position can be sometimes. Would you call yourself sometimes a pass first, shoot second type player?
100%, yeah. I think that I've gotten a little bit better this year at realizing that I need to shoot more. But it's just when you're like surrounded with the team that, I mean, there's scores everywhere. It's just easier just to pass it, I guess, sometimes. But I'm working at doing a little bit more shooting myself.
Well, I think you can see the results too when you do get a little bit more aggressive and take it to the cup, how it benefits the team. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, last year a lot of people would just sag off of me because, I mean, I wouldn't shoot. So now that I actually am scoring and stuff, it makes them play defense. It makes them like actually come out on me and like leaves like the post open or the next pass open. So it definitely helps when everyone's a threat on the court and not just 4 people.
I'm going to ask the both of you for a little insight here as you get ready to go to Montana State Billings and the first of 3 in a row. I know maybe as seniors you're kind of looking forward to that last trip to Billings, but share a little bit with us what life is like on the road when you get in that trip and you get on the road and together as one unit. What's it like?
I think that when we're on the road, you're there for one job and that's it. So you can focus on that, and like you don't like here you have all these distractions. You have school, you have family here, and when you go somewhere else, it's just basketball. We have a job to do. We're all together the whole entire time. We know what we want to do, and it's just a lot easier to focus, I think, on the road.
Erin, I know it can be tough making arrangements with professors before you go and all those things to maintain that student part of the student athlete. But once you get on the road, are you able to have that focus more as a team?
Yeah, I'd say so. definitely being on the road, it brings us closer as a team also, just being having that chemistry and I mean just being together for that long, especially in a place like Billings or Alaska. I mean, you definitely get to know maybe people that you don't get to know at school because we have the other distractions, and I think that helps us grow as a team because once I get to know other players, I kind of get to know their tendencies and what they like and what sets them off, and so I think that definitely on the road we grow as a team also just for being around each other.
Sean, we'll wrap things up with you, maybe a couple comments about Thursday's game in Billings and what you have to do to pick up another victory and maintain your focus against the Yellow Jackets on the road.
Yeah, you know, before I talk about MSUB, I really need to really thank my staff. We had a family emergency, and I had to miss a couple days, and I just can't speak highly enough about the people that I get to work with and that get to lead these young ladies. And so, you know, really, I mean, Coach Stringer really got us ready defensively for this game, and I thought we put them in situations where they didn't want to be in, and we made them take shots that they didn't want to take because we did such a good job in game planning and scouting. And you know, James Robinson, the amount of time that he puts in, especially for our post players, and then having Ashley DeSantos and Janae Claridge, two former players at Concordia, and just their really their enthusiasm for this team and for each other, and how they want these guys to be successful. And then obviously it trickles down to, you know, our seniors, and so just an amazing group effort, which led to a really important win. And getting to MSUB, you know, he does an amazing job as a coach. He tries to put his teams in the best position to be successful, and sometimes that is tough for us to defend and get after and make them take the same type of shots that we made Western Oregon take tonight. They love to control things, and they don't want us to get out and run and you know, kind of play free flow like how we want to. And so it's going to be a tough game to once again play our tempo, our speed, get the right people the ball at the right times, and then match their intensity and you know, let these two really decide the tempo and dictate how we're going to win the game.